We'll start working on the next thought trend. The Manipuraka chakra means the navel center. The knot with which you suffer, the navel center, is reasonless thinking. We can call it as worrying. Go on, go on, go on. What for? You don't know. Why? You don't know. What is? No. No, nothing. Towards what you are thinking, you don't know. What for you are thinking, you don't know. Once you open this knot, even by knowing, you will just crash many of your problems. So this worrying is a habit, does not let you go beyond any problem you know you have. It's like a bringing back the same problem, even if you have discovered solution for that problem already 10 times. Many times you can see in your life, for certain problem, either relationship problem or money, some understanding problem, you would have discovered the solution and started living it. For example, you would have decided, I should not worry. I should always be blissful. To find solution for certain worries, you would have found the solution. Maybe 3 days you may be even living that solution. Suddenly what will happen? You will forget. And again you are in the same worrying. After 10 days again you will discover the same solution. 3-4 days you will live the happiness. You will not be worried. You will not be bothered. But again when next day morning you get up, you forget the solution. 10 times you would have discovered, reinvented, same solution. 11th time again, you are in the same problem. How many of you had this kind of problem? This is not exactly, worrying. I think everybody. See, making you reinvent same solutions, making you do the same mistakes is worrying. I always tell ashramites, do new mistake. Don't do the same. So understand, worrying is nothing but making you forget the solutions you found for your ideological understanding about life and all the problems you are carrying in your life. The biggest problem you have is forgetting the solutions you again and again discovered. Worrying is whatever is happening in you, whether you want it or not, the conversations you carry inside is worry. Now we will do homework to dig out the mental setup, the knot of worrying. See, pen down whatever is going on now. Not knowing which mass to play what, where, playing wrong identity in wrong place. Wrong identity in wrong place. Dig out. First write about the first ideas you had about your separate individual identity. What is the judgments you passed about yourself, you gave to yourself? What are the most common labels, judgments you give for yourself? Like I'm lazy, I'm a failure, I'm a successful, I'm a confident guy, or whatever. Many of you guys are afraid to look into my eyes. Don't be afraid. Why? So many times I'm telling you, open your eyes and look into my eyes. People are just moving away. See, when you look into my eyes, you will see a vast kind of a more than What you can imagine is sitting inside the body. That is what is Vishwarupa. Don't miss the chance. After these 21 days, even if you want, you will not be able to look in. See, the eyes of an enlightened being, an incarnation, is a door to the consciousness. Whatever is inside, you can see. What will happen actually, when you look into my eyes, it's almost like you are jumping into the ocean. You will lose your identity. Because inside there is nobody with identity, you will also lose your identity. Yesterday I was seeing at least 80% of you, I was trying my best to tell them, hey, look into the eyes. So don't miss it. Alright, now start this. Go on writing whatever comes inside you. Don't judge. Don't think good or bad. Don't analyze. Just pen down whatever comes up. All the things you worry about in your life, pen all of them down. Each worry and the emotions that the worry causes and the impact that worry has on you and others around you. Get everything penned. We'll go through a process. After that, you yourself can read once more whatever you wrote. And you will see everything is just baseless. Actually, the totality of all these unconnected, irresponsible, illogical thoughts put together is you. Then what kind of you? Now just understand. Then what kind of you have? My predecessor, see, my native place boasts unbroken lineage of enlightened masters for last 2000 years. My predecessor, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, any of you have seen him? Great yogi, well known. Whole day he will go around the town and collect all the garbage, cigarette packets, the waste paper, and make a big bag and keep it around him. For 36 years he has collected maybe some 10,000 bags. And a huge property it has become like a... People asked him, sometimes people used to ask him, what is this? Why are you collecting? He says, I am only keeping outside, you are keeping inside. He will tell, I am only keeping outside, you are keeping inside. I used to wonder, because I lived at his feet for 6 years. Why is he collecting whole day garbage? And funny thing, afterwards when he became popular, this whole thing got auctioned. And people started buying each bag and keep it in their house. As a memento, in that money they built the whole ashram. Now I know why he collected. Anyhow, he will tell, I am keeping only outside, you are keeping inside. Actually, if you see, it's nothing more than a garbage. What is the components out of which you are made? Garbage. Now look in. All you wrote, we'll go through a process. It's a very powerful process to help you to vomit your inner chattering. Unaware inner chattering. Inner chattering which goes on without awareness. The process is, go on talking in the language you don't know. If you know Tamil and English, talk in Chinese. If you know Chinese and Japanese, talk in French. If you talk in the language, you don't even know one word. If you don't know even one word, French, talk in French. Means just create sounds. Sounds which makes you catharsize your anger, your suppressed feelings, suppressed emotions, violence, fear, in a wild way of expressing. What will happen, your unaware thinking will leave you. Suddenly you will start seeing the thinking becomes more with awareness, responsibility, aligning. Let's start. Next 42 minutes. Don't stop. Fight with whoever you want. Don't touch your neighbor. Shout as loudly as possible. Understand, please understand. After this process, you will again revisit whatever you wrote and try to analyze them. How much of meaning they make for your life. We'll start the process now. Please spread all over the hall. This has to be done by standing, no sitting, no chair. Spread all over the hall. But the psychological worrying has to be stopped immediately because that is in your hands. You understand? Psychological worrying can be handled immediately so that you create space for handling the physical planning. Now, the psychological worrying takes away your whole time and energy. Physical planning does not happen. Do you see? See, you say one side of the psychological suffering is gone, but still there are a few things hanging around. You understand? That's what you're meaning. Am I right? But unless you come out of this also, you will not have time to plan further. Na? In physical planning. Okay. Actually, your problem is too complicated. It has to be handled layer by layer, inch by inch. Now I am trying to handle one layer. One layer is psychologically worrying is not going to solve your problem. First, understand. You understand? Second, psychological worrying can be immediately handled by you. Do that. Then the physical planning and other things in which other factors are also involved, they will start cooperating with you even if God is directly involved. You understand what I am saying? So your husband is not higher than God. He has to change. Don't worry. That is what I am saying. So any situation outside, that layer changes when you change the inner layer. So first layer solution for the problems you have is you stop worrying from your side. Even if it means ignoring in the initial level. I can tell you, it may look very impractical. Initially start ignoring. Then you will see. No, listen, listen. By ignoring, you will understand how you magnified many things which are not there. Now, you are so clouded, how many hundreds of things you are magnifying which are not there, you will not even know. You understand? Even if it is ignoring, you just stop worrying for a few days. You will suddenly realize, oh God, how many things you magnified. I'll give you one example. One guy came to me and said, bless me, I'm going through divorce. I said, for marriage only usually you bless, not for divorce. Tell me, why are you going through divorce? Oh, Swamiji, you don't know. Today morning she brought coffee and kept it in the table such a way that it spilled all over my clothes. I asked, spilling coffee cannot be a reason for divorce. He said, you don't know, today she will pour coffee, tomorrow she will pour acid. You don't know her? I said, don't you understand coffee and acid, the distance you are trying to connect? But he's not ready to look into it. He's so clouded. He was very serious. You guys are laughing when you hear the story. You look inside. How many times you are doing this? So what I am saying, see, if you just completely, even if it is ignoring, if you stop worrying, you will have a new vision. New vision where you will be able to plan the physical future much better without getting clouded. I'll show you. Because it's a big theory. Very difficult for people to grasp. You understand what I am saying? Many of you will catch intellectually. Very difficult for you to live. Alright, I'll work with your biomemory. As I said, I don't believe your mind. Let me work with your biomemory. Let's go to the next layer. Next knot. We will work on the throat center. Vishuddhi. Below the Swadhisthana and Mooladhara I am not touching now because we will be working on that tomorrow. Next 4 days we will work on that. Now I am going to the Vishuddhi Chakra. Comparison. Most common. Please listen first. Most common and unaware engram is comparison. Comparison is the most common and unaware engram. Comparison starts in such a young age. Like your mom says, you should become healthy like your elder brother. You should grow tall like your elder sister. That is the first layer. Unaware engram. Put in your inside. Put into your system. Health, wealth, beauty, education, intellect. In all these fields you compare with people. You compare. But the truth is, there is no base for comparison, understand. You don't compare yourself with Bill Gates and worry. Bill Gates, billionaire. You don't compare with him and worry. But you always compare yourself with your brother and worry. Because you think you and your brother have a base to compare. Where is the base? Comparison is just mental reality, not existential reality. Illusory reality. That's what I call illusory reality. If whole world stands in a queue based on the wealth, you will neither be in the first nor be in the last. You will be in the middle somewhere. Is it not? Now, either you can go on worrying, looking at the people who are standing in front of you, or you can relax, looking at the people who are standing behind you. Are you going to end your journey by comparison? You are unique. Understand? You are unique. God is not an engineer doing mass production. He is a painter. You are not a car produced in mass production. You are God, produced every individual piece. You are an art piece. God is not an engineer who is doing mass production. He is artist who is painting every one of you. But the problem is, the moment you compare yourself with others, you push yourself to the level of car, machinery. Only machinery can be compared. Never man. You are man because you are unique. The moment you compare yourself with others, you are no more man. You are a machinery. So understand. It's very difficult for a normal man, for a normal person, even to understand is suffering with comparison. Many of your sufferings you will see because of comparison. Let us dig out your uniqueness. Pen down 3 major aspects of your life where you compare yourself with others. Write down how much of your time, energy and money, layers and layers of energy. But when you compare yourself with anybody, you don't cross the next layer. Only in that same layer of energy you are suffering. You don't upgrade yourself to the 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. You are just stuck with the 2G. If you are stuck with 2G, that is what is the real scam. You are caught just with the same mental rut. I'll give you now one small process to open your Vishuddhi center. Means the throat energy. The second layer and third layer energy. To remind your biomemory, you are unique and you don't need to compare. The unawareness of comparison is not necessary for you. It's a very powerful process. From Hatha Yoga tradition, it's more working with your body than with your mind. Your mind, all of you know, by comparison, you are only stopping yourself, restricting your growth, destroying yourself. But your biomemory doesn't know. Let me work with your biomemory. The process is, start running the same place, intensely having your awareness on the throat. Feel you are sitting on your throat. You are sitting on your throat and controlling your whole body. Like a charioteer controls the horse. You sit on your throat and control the body. You will see huge awakening. A gush of energy into your whole system. And your biomemory will realize, by comparison, you are only stopping your growth. You are only indulging into self-criticism. Please understand, all comparison is nothing but self-criticism. You understand? Spread all over the hall. I'll guide you step by step into the next process. Please catch a chair. Each one of you have your individual chair so that you don't run away. You run in one place. I band.